Conviviality of welcoming Tinubu's victory to the office of the president of the greatest black nation on earth. Nnamani made the call in a statement on Sunday, saying Obi, who came third in the presidential polls, could not have won because he neither had the spread nor the appeal to become Nigeria's president. Now, also, there's been a quick response by the presidential campaign spokesperson of the Labour Party and the Peter Obi campaign council, Eunice Atanko, who goes on to say, look, this is not, he doesn't understand why, or they don't understand why Chimaroke Nnamani is taking this, has any business in this. They say he didn't even contest the presidential election, and so he couldn't have, shouldn't be concerned, shouldn't be his problem. Rather, he should sit back and watch as things unfold, because they haven't done anything out of the law. It says, the court says, or rather, the Constitution allows for them, the Labour Party and its candidate, to go to court if they do not feel satisfied with the outcome of the polls, which is what they have done. So people should just sit back and allow things unfold and watch things unfold. Now, also in his statement, Nnamani labeled Obi's petition challenging Tinubu's victory as bad belle and petulance and demarketing. He goes on to say his petition is dead on arrival. Now, that's where we would pick up the conversation now. Furthermore, he goes on to also says, Peter Obi's petition is ego-driven, a joke carried too far. And as a tease, also, yesterday, we saw that the presidential council, the campaign council of the All Progressives Congress had been dissolved. Now, also, another issue coming up is the fact that over the weekend, the president-elect inaugurated, announced the members of his committee, transition committee, and people are saying, oh, Igbos were left out. The vice presidential the former vice president Atiku Abubakar and presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party had made a statement in that regard and saying, oh, it signposts the fact marginalization, and that leaving out Igbos in the transition committee, or the transition committee is a signpost of marginalization of the Southeast and all. Now, also a founding member of the All Progressives Congress, Osita Okichukwu, who is also the Director General of the Voice of Nigeria, says the former vice president's attack on the president-elect's transition committee is a political hypocrisy. He says, he goes on to, his reaction to say that the vice presidential candidates brazenly breached the zoning agreement in the PDP, which would have allowed for the presidency or the presidential candidates of the party, the PDP that is, to go to the Southeast. So why is it that he has no moral grounds or moral rights to even speak on the president-elect transition team? Yesterday, again, we saw Labour Party presidential candidates Peter Obi, pay a visit to the Muslim community in Anambra State. He was there, commemorated the Salah with them, also bringing gifts. And he goes on to say this is what Nigeria should be about. It should not be about ethnicity and religion, that people are using politics to divide Nigerians. Nigerians should be one, irrespective of ethnicity and religion. Now, this is where we pick up a conversation. Looking at all of this, why do we always want to make conversations tilt towards ethnicity and religion? The president-elect has the right to choose whoever he deems fit to be a member of his transition committee. He has the right to say, look, I want everybody to, in the transition committee. There's no law that says he has to choose everybody from every part of the country to make up his transition committee. It's his transition committee. It is not even a ministerial appointment. when we come to that, we'll begin to talk about, the federal character principle and all of that, and the laws that allows for ministers to come from 36 states of the federation. But in the meantime, this is his transition committee. The man has a right to choose whoever he wants to make his transition committee. Nnamani, Senator Nnamani's comments on Obi's petition. Does Peter Obi not have the right to go to court if he feels that, he's not satisfied with the outcome of the elections? By the way, there is also a person who came second in that race, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar of the PDP. He's also in court. Somehow it just seems like, the attention shifts from the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar to Peter Obi and the Labour Party. Why is Nnamani, who, by the way, was defeated by the Labour Party senatorial candidate in Enugu South, in Enugu East? By the way, the original contestant of that seat on the Labour Party's ticket was Oyibo Chukwu, whose younger brother, after his demise 3 days to the presidential and National Assembly elections, was picked. Kelvin Chukwu, who is the younger brother to the initial candidate, still went ahead to beat Chimaroke Nnamani. Could Chimaroke Nnamani be disgruntled and, feeling bad about the fact that, the Peter Obi tsunami affected him in the polls? Could it be the reason why he's all over the Peter Obi, movement, as well as the Peter Obi petition in court? Joining, I'd love to hear from you this morning. It's a holiday and everyone is having a good time. I'm hoping that you're having a good time. You'll go back to work tomorrow, though. So join in. Let's get talking. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. That is 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Send me SMS and WhatsApp messages on 090-9705-4450. Now, recall that also, but during the elections or before the elections, during the campaigns, certain individuals from the Southeast said, look, the kind of politics that we're having, the Peter Obi and the Ndibo should, realign and try to find other people that they can support, because Peter Obi was not going to win the elections. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, my priest, sir. Good morning, sir. God bless you, sir.
Good morning, Taking Day. Good to have
done,
you.
Sir.
Yes.
Yeah, well done. How is the holiday, sir?
Very
well.
Done, we don't have holidays. We're working.
That is serious. Well done, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, this is Hundu taking me all the way from Nasarawa State. Mm-hmm. Yes, my prince, you see, the person you're talking about, former Senate President, is an experienced politician. When you want to mention politicians in this generation, you must mention his name. So, and talking about whether he lost the election.
Senate President. He was former governor of Enugu State.
Oh, okay, yes, former
senator.
Governor. Yes, former governor. Yes, former governor. Yes, Nnamani. Yes, former governor. Yes, he has an experience, a politician, and he has been, in the Senate for some time. And somebody like him, you can't just wish him away. I read the statement too, and I think it's a welcome one, because in politics, if you don't win today, you win tomorrow. And politics is all about alignment and realignment. Your opponent today can be your supporter tomorrow. Like someone like Tinubu, for example, he had what it takes to support any candidate that will say, okay, after 4 years, I'm leaving office, I can as well support you. And that is going to work. He can say, okay, I'm leaving office after 8 years, I can support you to become president. And, it's going to work because he has a support base. So that is the angle that, he's coming from. That, okay, Peter Obi still need to build more bridges across Nigeria. He has done well in the last election. There is no doubt, my prince. He has done so well. Because if you look at when he fell from the PDP and joined the Labour Party, it was less than 6 months. And in fact, it was, a tsunami, a movement. For me, Peter Obi has done so well. And it will not be, out of place if he can, abide by the, advice, given to this man. Okay. And it's not just him. So many other people, like Sultan Sokoto, said Abubakar II, he said, please, withdraw your petition so that the incoming president can concentrate and work. And for me, this will go a long way in building bridges for him, because Peter Obi will be a good president in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Taking me. Now, more than that, so, many people have said, I listened to the presidential candidate of the SDP yesterday, and he was saying, look, politicians are already negotiating several things at the moment, that in the coming days we might just see some of these politicians who have taken some stands, some of them who went to the polls to contest the position, ceding certain or, receiving certain things in place of, this whole what do you call it now? Petitions that they're filing in court, that most of them file cases in court just so they have leverage to negotiate certain positions for their cronies. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. This is Mr. Chris, calling from Bida, Niger State.
Mr. Chris, good to have you join us.
Thank you. We are discussing issues of Timaroka and his comments on P2B.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start by saying that statement is unfortunate coming from Chimaroke. Anyway, I don't blame him because he's suffering from a hangover of a state election. How is P2B not becoming his nightmare that he cannot sleep and wake up without mentioning Obi? Does he know the point is more than Obi that he's telling Obi to pull us from election tribunal for realignment? He is not Obi's advisor. Since he wanted Tinubu, even when he was in PDP, he should have made an impact. But he never made an impact. He failed woefully. And since he failed woefully, he should be able to bear the pains and go and rest. He shouldn't be disturbing Obi for anything. Obi has set a course for himself. He should allow Obi to see to the end of it. For Obi, politics is not do or die. I believe in a cause. I have to fight for the cause. I'll get to the end of it. If it turns out good, fine. If it doesn't turn out good, fine. What Obi has brought today on the political landscape of Nigeria, Obi has defined politics in Nigeria. So if Obi chicken out at this point, Obi would have sold himself as a beggar who has no value, who has no principle. And I bet you, if he does it, let him try it in the next 4 years. If Obi wins his local government, Obi will now know that he's a superhuman. The best thing is what he has chosen as at this moment. And it is obvious to me that he has a lot of votes that were denied of him. So the best is to go legal, speak for it, as if he's going now, no violence, let the judges, let the courts decide his fate. And at the end of the day, the Nigerian people will now know where we are. So, I give it to Obi. In less than 9 months, he redefined Nigerian politics. And everybody understands it. Before Obi came into the terrain, it was, you see them frying akara, you see them buying potatoes, you see them cleaning mukus from children's nose, you see them doing no manner of things. This last election, did anybody do it? Everybody was focused on discussing politics, discussing what he has for Nigerian people, discussing what he can give. And in short, Obi brought a new paradigm. He turned the narrative. And it is the kind of person we need. If not, it would have been a wasted period. I love what Obi is doing. Chimaroke should go and not his pain and rest.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chris, for calling. And now, also, Peter Obi's visit to the Muslim community in Anambra State yesterday to a mosque that he, that he said he rebuilt in Anambra State. Some people have said, look, seems like Peter Obi is still campaigning even after he has lost the election. And some others are saying, look, that's what Nigeria should be. That's what true leadership is about. It's not about campaigns, it's not about elections, it's about being there for the people at all times. Also being able to, connect and relate to them at every level, whether win or lose. And on that note, I'm going to bring in another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just want to say something. It's Emeka calling from Kuje.
Emeka from Kuje, good to have you.
Yes. P2B did not lose election. We Nigerians know that INEC chairman awarded APC 12 states, PDP 12 states, and Labour 12 states. The P2B won more than APC, didn't win up to 12 states. It was awarded to them. APC did not win
how do you know that? Do you have the facts to back
by
this
the
up?
real vote.
The PDP,
we know what happened.
The Labour Party is in court. You know, on this issue, this is a very sensitive matter, so that we don't have contempt of court. This issue is in the court.
What I'm saying is that we should go ahead and get the right thing, the correct thing must be done. The injustice must be addressed in this country. That is my stand. So, and that is what we are waiting for. We cannot. The will of the people cannot be impacted like that, and everybody will get calm. No, we are waiting for the court. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emeka, for calling. And while the conversation continues, joining with your 2 cents, what do you make of this? Chimaroke Nnamani says Peter Obi should withdraw his case in court and align with the president-elect, and also, ensure that the Southeast doesn't lose out by doing so. He would be playing the bigger politics or the bigger game of ensuring that the Ndibo are not left out in the scheme of things. That's his advice. He says Peter Obi and his followers should welcome the president-elect so that they can align with his government and they're not left out. What do you make of that? He also describes Peter Obi's petition in court as a joke taken too far. That's the basis of our conversation this morning, looking at all the things that's happened in the polity within the last 48 hours. Joining with your 2 cents, 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Do you think that the substance in this argument put forward by Chimaroke Nnamani, Senator Chimaroke Nnamani, who's saying, look, politics is over. Let's find a way to, mend fences and build bridges so that we're not all left out in the scheme of things. People are saying that the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party says the nomination of members of the transition committee by the president-elect without representation from the Southeast is a signpost, or it would mean that there's marginalization. The Southeast may be marginalized. What do you make of these arguments? Joining with your 2 cents, and let's get talking. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Okay, Chuku.
Thank you, Yanacho.
Welcome.
Thank you. I want to react on the issue of Chimaroke telling Peter Obi to withdraw his case against. Why is he telling Peter Obi to withdraw his case? Allow Peter Obi to fight it. Even though he won the election, that's why you see he's fighting hard. Because this election, everybody, Nigerians came out in mass to vote for who they want, and I don't even know what to say. So, Chimaroke, please go and sit down. Allow Peter Obi to. But I know at the end, things shall be done. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Let's bring in another caller before we get to your messages. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my prince. This is John from Suleja.
Good morning, John. Welcome.
Yeah, about the matters arising from your thinking. Is there any difference between what Audio Zakano said about it was not right for the president and what he's saying now? This one is saying to back down. We don't need their advice. Those people prefer to eat the crumb that fall from master's table than to fight the fight. If Igbos are to lose out, or Southeast to lose out, so be it. That is, we don't need their advice. We know where they stand already. And it is the man himself, Peter Obi, know what he wants. Let the court decide these things and let the outcome be. And he says joke taken too far. What do you mean by that? Are we in a serious business or he's joking? This man must go keep quiet. After all, he was defeated in his own constituency. now is looking for a job. I know that all of them are looking for a job in this very Tinubu cabinet, but they should not use those people to take shit on it. I pity them. I pity them. This is a bunch of betrayers. That please let them go and keep calm. I will be to see the end of it, and I suppose him going to court. Let court decide. I think Amek say go to court. Presidency say go to court, and the APC say go to court. Now he's going to court, and somebody here is talking another thing altogether. Let them go and sit down, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, John, thank you very much for calling. And there's a message here from Jessica. Jessica from Mandela. Okay, I like this one. Jessica says, the fact about this election matter, me and you know the truth. Your truth may be different from my truth. But you just don't want to talk about it because of your work. Yes, LP came third position according to INEC, not according to what played out. And you know that. Why are you forcing me to know what you know? Anyway, and one thing I'm sure of is we will all face it together if you think what is playing out is right. Jessica, thank you very much for your message. Right? It's interesting. The conversation. The fact is, we're all interested in Nigeria. Well, everyone is doing what they feel or what they think is best for Nigeria, right? It's all for the love of this country. When people support candidates that you do not support, it's also because they love this country and they feel like that person has what it takes to make this country a better one. You can't really blame them for choosing who they choose, can you? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. What's your name, sir?
My name is Fabian. I'm calling from Abuja.
Fabian, I'm glad you're here this morning. Go ahead, let's hear you, please.
You know, I've heard Chimaroke talking about the withdrawal of P2B's case, and I just want to chip in a little idea. You know, Chimaroke lost his political career totally in Enugu State. There was a senator that was contending in his own constituency, and that man, which I know you are aware, was killed brutally, and he, with 6 others, were burnt alive. Now, Chimaroke lost his ground as a senator, and PDP sacked him as well. So he's looking for just a cheap hole to hide himself, and he's just begging Tinubu to give him a political ground where he'll be recognized again. We are Nigerians, we're supposed to know what is actually going on and we have to face the facts. And what is the fact here? From all and sundry, talking about Obi, it's not about Obi, it's about Nigerian government that voted Obi. Nigerian public, sorry. Now, as the case is now, people should surrender. Which has disappointed the public, the youth, the elder that voted him. Yeah, it will be a serious disappointment. So he has to continue the struggle until the end of the case in the court. So he's doing something absolutely right, and we should support him. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fabian. Appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with us. 9:26 is the time this morning. Our conversation is premised on a statement by Senator Chimaroke Nnamani asking the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi to withdraw his case in court and align with the president for the betterment of Nigeria, especially considering the Southeast. It goes on to take a swipe at the Ohanes and Igbo at some point in one of his statements where he says, well, the Igbo leaders must have miscalculated, in their support for whoever becomes president. They may have chosen the wrong path, and that's going to cost the Igbos a lot. In this conversation this morning, should Peter Obi go ahead and withdraw his case or not?